Close your eyes. Try to picture an apple. Can you make out what color it is? How clear is the image? Can you rotate it in your mind's eye? Open your eyes. Perhaps you are unable to see anything at all? That last possibility may seem unthinkable to some of you, just as it seems completely obvious to others. The term aphantasia was coined in the 2010s to describe people with an inability to produce mental imagery, though the condition has almost certainly existed long before then. Ever since, as more and more people become aware of this facet of their lives, more and more questions and unknowns about the condition have become apparent. How should it be treated or defined, for example? As evidenced from news articles, social media posts, and even presentations on the condition, aphantasia can pose many challenges for people living in the world. They can have trouble recalling directions and paths, be unable to access therapies based on visualization, or have difficulty remembering the faces of their loved ones. When a person is missing a leg, then we call them disabled because they're unable to perform certain tasks to the extent of able-bodied people. But what if a person is missing a mind's eye? Do we then call them disabled? Some people with aphantasia, such as comic writer Bex Allerton, argue for such a case, and, as with anything dealing with disability, the subject is intrinsically tied to notions of identity. What does it mean to live with aphantasia? It's a question that people with aphantasia must strive to answer, and this question is often complicated by the fact that most people with aphantasia are unaware that their mental experience differs at all. Some, like Allerton, argue for recognition of the condition as a disability, while others view it as a reflection of the natural neurodiversity within humans, though all believe that aphantasia is an inexorable part of their identity and experience of the world. This holds many implications for future research on mental imagery, as some researchers, such as Associate Professor of the University of Auckland, Dr. Schwarzkopf, in his Viewpoint Journal article, What is the True Range of Mental Imagery?, suggest that mental imagery may be more varied than one-dimensional measures of vividness imply. For example, some people may be projectors who see mental images superimposed atop their regular vision, while others are associators who see their mind's eye somewhere else, like the back of their heads. Will there eventually be lines drawn between associators and projectors, as there are between people with and without an aphantasia, if the distinction is even real? Only time will tell. Ultimately, as more people become aware of aphantasia and the wide diversity of mental imagery, and the more they talk about it, the better all of us, ordinary people as well as researchers, will understand it. A common theme in people with aphantasia's testimonies is how realizing that they had the condition led them down a path of introspection and reconsidering their past experiences and identity. So talk to your friends and family about aphantasia. You just might learn something new about them and help them learn something new about themselves as well.